Okay, guys, I am here rooting. Um, I don't know what you can see, how much you can actually see what I'm doing, or if it's just my hand in the way. But it is what it is. Still working on nails. Uh, I'm hoping to finish this little section here tonight before I call it quits, and we'll see how that works out. But let's see, it's October 16th, I think. Or was it the 15th? It's the 16th, sorry. Um, and if you don't know me, my name is Chanel. I go by Auntie Nelly. And I guess I could tell you why I go by Auntie Nelly. um, for the majority of my life, I was called Chanel. Like, I didn't have a nickname outside of a very few family members who called me Nelly. Um, and not too many people did that, and it wasn't an everyday thing. I was Chanel. Um, no biggie. But when my oldest nephew was born, I became Auntie Nelly, and were my my nephews were my favorite peoples. They're no longer little people anymore. They will be they're 16 and 14 now, but I've been Auntie Nelly since then, and I will tell you that the first time my oldest nephew called me Auntie Nelly, his little toddler voice, uh, he probably could have had everything in my wallet at that point because I was done. So I'm Auntie Nelly. um, but I started reborn my reborn hobby in 2023, and I won't go into details, but my first dolls were not authentic. But I will say this: I was curious enough to look into what made a reborn doll, or what was a reborn doll supposed to look like, and how do you go about getting the real deal, because I wanted the realistic baby look, and I was not happy with um, the manufactured dolls. Even though I loved them when I got them, they were still cute dolls, but they were not what I was looking for. So I quickly learned that those prices were not going to get me a authentic reborn. No biggie. Um, I did my research. That started in, I'd say, April of 2023. Um, and by August of 2023, I had stumbled upon quite a few YouTube channels and Facebook groups, um, and started looking into how do you get a reborn? Where do you get a realistic one? Um, and I actually was referred to an artist. Um, her name is Karen, and she has been a wonderful. She was a wonderful artist. She had beautiful work. Um, Hands down, probably my favorite artist. I have two babies by her. um, but she's also a wonderful friend that I've gained as part of the doll community. Um, but so I would say that by the end of August 2023, so we're looking at about 4 or 5 months into my reborn journey, I commissioned my first custom doll, which is my Lyra. Um, I'll put a picture in maybe if I edit this to actually do it. If you know me, you know Zarai. That's what I named her, Zarai Noel. She arrived just before Christmas 2023, and she's my first authentic custom reborn art doll. And I make that distinction because while I was waiting for her and talking to Karen, she encouraged me to try it out. I'm a craft person. If you look around this craft table, my craft room right now, you'll see the collisions of all my crafting interests. I have a couple of Cricuts. I have a sublimation printer. I have the heat press. I have a sewing machine in the corner. I got all the beads and baubles to make bracelets and uh, pacifiers and pacifier clips and all of that good stuff. I will try anything. um, so she suggested I try it, and at the time, I think Bountiful Baby was liquidating all of their. They had golden paints. So I bought the majority of my golden paint from Bountiful Baby. They were really good prices. The rest of the items that I needed for painting using the goldens I picked up from uh, Michael's, Joann's, uh, wherever I could find them, Amazon. But I found a couple of tutorials that walked me through the process. A lot of the tutorials out there were more geared towards heat set painting, the oil paintings that you then paint and bake. I was a little bit skeptical of that. One, because they were saying, bake in a well ventilated area, um, bake outside is best. People were at that time talking about some health concerns, and it just seemed a bit much to me. So I decided to go the air dry route, and I chose Goldens because my thought process is if I don't love it, I can use the paint for other crafts, or there's a well-known art school not too far from me, Mika, the Maryland Arts College, and I could always donate that to the school if I didn't need it. I didn't love it, so the paints wouldn't go to waste, and maybe somebody who had need for them would enjoy them. Now, I started painting. I found a tutorial. A French Canadian lady had a wonderful tutorial specific for painting with Goldens. It was on YouTube, which was a blessing because I didn't have to pay for it. And while you will pay for stuff, it's an expensive hobby. And you end up in every hobby, you end up either paying for some knowledge or paying for the tools. You'll pay for something. It's part of having a hobby. And I have since paid for different tutorials, different classes, but at the time I was not sure I wanted to invest uh, into the classes. So, at any rate, I painted my first reborn. I actually finished her October 9th was when she finished all of her hair, and I finally put it together officially on October 9, 2023. So that was my Everly Star. And you can see a picture of her someday. But she's the Ellis Kit by Phil Donnelly. And I call her my side-eye Pooh Bear baby. She's side-eye because I struggle getting her eyes set. And to me, she looks like she's giving a permanent side-eye, like she's questioning whether or not I know what I'm doing. And the answer is no, I did not know what I was doing. But, hey, gotta start somewhere. And that's the story of Everly and Zerai and how they both came about. They're my first custom and the first reborn. And I've been reborning since then. I haven't completed a lot. It takes me a long time. Mostly because I have a full-time job. I have a couple of other commitments. I'm active with my church, so I don't always get to dedicate time to reborning every day. So that contributes to why I say I won't do customs. I'm just not set up to have that time crunch, because if somebody requests something from me, I don't want them to wait for it for too long. To me, that would be crazy. So to be fair, I don't particularly see me doing custom orders. I also don't think my work is custom order great, but I've managed to create a few that people have enjoyed. That's a scare of mine. That I'll create something, they'll buy it, they'll get it in the mail and not love it. But I so far have not had an issue with that, thankfully. Thank God. At any rate, not to go off on a tangent, I enjoy reborning. I find the process rather relaxing. Even brooding, it can be tedious. It can be it can be a little bit tedious to do. And I'm always learning. I am always trying new techniques, new product, new whatever. One day when my goal is to clean and reorganize my craft room, and I'll do a tour with everybody. I can show you what everything is in my crafting room, and we can talk about my kit stash, my stash of paint brushes and paints and mediums and bottles and pacifiers for reborns, and then all of my Cricut heat press crafting, from the vinyls to the sublimations, the tumblers, the t-shirts, tote bags, and all of the other stuff that I create. I've created bibs. So I am a serial hobbyist. I have a lot of interest in hobbies. I'm also a bit of a computer geek. I'm a systems analyst by profession and training. I have a couple of degrees. Don't tell anybody. I'm still paying for them. Shout out student loans. And yeah, that is my sorry, you might hear YouTube playing in the background. I like noise. But yeah, I enjoy collecting. I have how many babies do I have at this point? I have to name them to count. So let's start counting. There's Everly Star, Zariah Noel, Everett Storm, Amina Jewel. Who's after Amina? I have a pickle that I'm working on. I'm remaking him. I named him Diego Rogue. Uh, my pickle will be a boy. I always see a boy when I look at pickle. So that's five. Of your five. I have my Lottie, which I just got, which is Vashti. Vashti does not have a middle name, but I love Vashti. And then I have a Paradise Galleries Alana kit. Um, that's a toddler kit. I also have a one lonely little Behringer baby that I purchased with the intent of reborning. And poor baby, her name is Amelia Grace, and Amelia has not manifested yet. She's not been reborn, but she's still my Behringer baby that I had the intentions of reborning for the process. Um, so those are all my babies. Oh, and how can I forget my man Zakari Rain? He's my latest custom that I ordered from Karen. I got him. He's my birthday baby this year. Um, so I have Zakari Rain. He is the Veto kit, Veto sitting by Laura Tuzio Ross, and I had the absolute pleasure of meeting Laura at this year's Dolls of the World Expo in Greensboro, and she actually signed his body. And the highlight, it was a wonderful trip. And I actually sat with Laura and a couple of people at my table. I sat with Vanita. Um, I was invited to go to the awards banquet um, by Vanita, and if someone had a ticket and they weren't able to attend that day, so they gave the ticket and they thought of me and invited me, and I sat with Vanita and Tanya from Jazzy T's Reborns and Laura were at the table that I sat at. It was a wonderful event. I enjoyed the banquet and the company and just sitting in the presence of such phenomenal artists and just wonderful people. We had a great time at our table. I don't know about anybody else, but we enjoyed ourselves. And just having the opportunity to interact and um, be in the presence of people who you kind of look up to, you see in the industry, and you just it was an awesome experience. I'm so grateful for it. And I took Vanita's rooting class, so you see my work here. It's I hope she I hope I make her proud. In the fact that I said I took her class, but that's an awesome class. And if you have the chance to take uh, the micro rooting class by Vanita, if you're interested, hit me up. I will put you in contact so that you can take that class. This is a little I'm rooting. This is his face. We're getting there. I'm going to finish this up, but I'm going to wrap up for the day. But thanks for chatting with me. That's my reborn journey. I'm excited. I have a couple of babies in the work. I'm remaking Pickle, my Pickle Diego Rogue. I'm also remaking a Harlow. That'll give me two Harlows. My Everett Storm is real-born Harlow asleep. He's the third baby that I created. I painted him side by side with Amina, who is the Melly Yvonne kit that I got from McPherson's when I actually visited McPherson's. We'll talk about that one day. It's a great experience. And I'm remaking a Harlow. He was a complete makeover, stripped, removed hair. He's being painted, and it's been a process for him. And hopefully, I'll get him finished before the holidays or around the holidays. And I'm also working on a 7-month June asleep. June and Maddie were the first two uh, reborn kits that I absolutely fell in love with. I don't know how I ended up ordering Zara first, but I think it's because I wanted the toddler experience, and I love my toddlers. Trust and believe. My baby girl has been everywhere, and her brother Zakari has been just about everywhere she's been, and maybe a few places she hasn't. But I love the toddlers. I find them to be more fun to dress and just, take pictures. They're great when you take them out. They get a lot of attention though. But I have a 7-month June that I'm working on. It's one of my favorite kits, and I absolutely love June asleep. So I'm excited to finally paint her. I was scared to paint her. I've had her kit since 2023. I was scared to paint her because I love the kit so much. I didn't want to mess it up. But yeah, I'm working on her. So those 3 are in progress. Those will be keepers for now. Vashti will get hair. She was I call them a rescue baby. She came with a couple of blemishes that we've since patched up with her paintwork, and she'll get hair. She's in line for hair. She has painted hair, but I love rooted hair. So I will give her some hair. And those will all be for my collection. And the reason I did that is because in my entering into my 2nd year of painting, I made so many babies and they were all sold. I don't have anything of my most recent work in my collections. I wanted to refresh and add some of my current talent skill set, if you will, to my collection. So that's how I ended up working on 3 babies at once. Why did I do that? But at any rate, it's been great. This is Mr. Niles. We're going to finish up his hair. I'm going to stitch in some pictures when I finish rooting. And that'll be that. But thanks for chatting with me, and I hope this video isn't too long.
Beautiful baby, soft and bright, you're my sunshine, my pure light. In my arms, so small, so sweet, feel my love in every beat. You know I love you so, like the river's gentle flow.